good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to the Pasteur Network community. Welcome to this new Pasteur Network seminar. Thanks a lot for being here today. Oops. Can you just turn off your microphone, please? Yeah, thank you. So thanks a lot for being here. I'm Hichem, the coordinator. I'm sorry. I have to mute your.
Hichem, we can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yep, thank you.
Okay, let's try again. Okay, so thanks a lot for being here today. I'm Hichem, the coordinator of the Pasteur Network monthly seminars. As always, we will kick things off with our speakers, followed by a Q&A session. You can drop your question in the chat or directly during the Q&A. Just a quick reminder, please, to turn off your microphone and camera during the seminar to help everything run smoothly. The seminar is being recorded and will be shared soon in our community on our YouTube channel and also on the Pasteur Network community on the Hive. If you are still not on the Pasteur Network community on the Hive, I will share a link so you can register in a few minutes. So today's topic is empowering young researchers initiatives within the Pasteur Network. Today, it's a little different. We wanted to change the format to give the floor to young researchers who will tell us about their initiative within members institutes in the Pasteur Network for empowering young researchers. We hope that this will inspire some of young researchers and less young within the network to launch or reinforce this type of initiatives. So I'm really happy to present you our three young speakers. The first one is Athena Boutou. Athena is a PhD student in the field of neuroimmunology at the Laboratory of Molecular Genetics at the Hellenic Pasteur Institute in Athens, Greece. Her research focuses on I might not say it in the right way. So microglial in CNS health and disease, particularly the role in remyelination and repair for multiple sclerosis therapy. Athena studied biology at the University of Athens with an Erasmus Plus scholarship at Université Paris Diderot and completed an international Master in Science in Neuroscience, conducting her thesis at the Hellenic Pasteur Institute. She also interned at the Netherlands Institute of Neuroscience, funded by Erasmus+. Currently, she is in the final year of her PhD research titled Investigation of the Role of Microglial in Remyelination of repair of the CNS to enhance their beneficial function as new therapeutic strategy for multiple sclerosis. Athena values international collaboration and participates in science communication and organizational initiatives, including the Hellenic Pasteur Institute Young Scientists Conference. Our second speaker is Dora Wider from the Institut Pasteur in Tunis. Dora is a PhD student in oncogenetics at the Institut Pasteur in Tunis, working on study of the histological and immunohistological and genetic profile of colorectal mucinous adenocarcinomas. She is the chair of the Young Researcher Association at the Institut Pasteur in Tunis, an initiative that fosters a dynamic scientific community by organizing scientific and social events to promote collaboration, knowledge exchange, and skill development among early career researchers. Dora also serves as coordinator of the Biomedical Ethics Committee at the Institut Pasteur in Tunis and has actively contributed to international research collaboration, including as scientific manager of the project Alliance SHS Afrique and member of the Per Medina Consortium. Dora is also member of the Communication Science and Society Unit at the Institut Pasteur in Tunis, and she's engaged in science mediation, social engagement, participatory research, and knowledge transfer. She's also a content creator and on social media and in the Tunisian national radio. Our last speaker, Lea Manke. Leah is a second-year PhD student in the unit Cell Polarity and Migration at the Institut Pasteur in Paris. She is studying the effect of the intermediate protein nestin on the biology glioblastoma cells. Recently, she was elected into the STAPA, the Young Researcher Association at the Institut Pasteur in Paris, as new STAPA Pasteur Network representative. In this role, she will be actively promoting the exchange and collaboration between young researchers in the different Pasteur institutes through the organization of scientific and social events. Having studied overseas for the entirety of her higher education, notably in Netherlands, Sweden, Singapore, and Japan, Leah is highly aware of the benefits that international scientific collaboration and exchange can bring to research and education. For her PhD, she came from Germany to France to study as part of the International Pasteur Paris University program. Okay, so now I will leave the floor to our first speaker, Athena, and who will be presenting her initiative, the Hellenic Pasteur Institute in Athens. So Athena, the floor is yours. If you can share your screen, please.
Sure. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
And okay, great. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for your introduction. And I would really like to thank you for the opportunity to be part of this wonderful initiative and for welcoming Hellenic Pasteur Institute into this network of young scientists. So today I will present the activities of Hellenic Pasteur Institute, mostly of the young researchers, and I would like to discuss the impact of these activities for the scientific society of young researchers, and also to discuss how we can broaden our collaborations within the Pasteur Network. So Pasteur Network consists of 32 members, one of which is the Hellenic Pasteur Institute, which is based in Athens, Greece. So Hellenic Pasteur Institute is founded in 1919 and is the oldest research center and public health center in Greece. It's a private non-profit organization which is supervised by the Ministry of Development and Ministry of Health. And there is a bilateral agreement between the Greek government and the Institute of Paris. Also, Hellenic Pasteur Institute is a founding member of the International Network of Pasteur Institutes. So the mission and the expertise of Hellenic Pasteur Institute is three main domains, is the research, the public health, and the education. Focusing on research, we have three main departments, the microbiology, immunology, and neurobiology department. And we also have some well-established infrastructures, including a bioinformatics unit, biotechnology unit, animal models for biomedical research, and transgenic technology unit. Focusing on public health, we have the diagnostic department. We host 5 national reference centers. We have the vaccine unit and the quality control department. And the public health mission of Hellenic Pasteur Institute played a very critical role during pandemic in Greece. So it was very helpful for as a public health unit. And last, about the education, the mission of Hellenic Pasteur Institute is the education of the next generation of scientists, including postdoctoral training, PhD students, master students, and many bachelor and undergraduate students and interns who do their first steps in research in Hellenic Pasteur Institute. Also, the mission is to bridge the gap between science and society, organizing meetings and scientific events. So currently, we are 83 training scientists, and together with many more early career researchers and the research staff, we have a dynamic group of around 100 young scientists. So the Young Researchers Initiative in Hellenic Pasteur Institute is called UPI, from Young Pasteur Institute, was established in 2015, and it consists of young researchers, including bachelor, master, PhD students, and postdocs. And the aim of this initiative was to collaborate, inspire young scientists to actively participate and organize scientific activities, public events, and meetings. One activity of the UPs was called Pizza Lectures, was started in 2017, and every Wednesday or weekly or monthly, it depends on the year, there were lectures by Hellenic Pasteur researchers or invited speakers from other institutes and universities, followed by a social event and pizza. Hellenic Pasteur Institute young scientists participate in many events, including the Athens Science Festival, the Researchers' Night, the Brain Awareness Week. We have some collaborative events with the French Institute of Greece, also educational events for schools. Dimitra Toubanaki and Antonia Evstathiou have organized many events for students and bridging the gap with science and how we can communicate science to people who are not familiar with all this stuff of biology. We have some very nice artistic events like the theater Cerebrum, the realities of Maker, and also Elpiniki Ninu and CJ Karad have a nice very vlog with scientific content. And also we participate in athletic events like the Athens Athletic Marathon as a team. Another activity of Young Pasteur Institute UPs was some joint retreats within the Pasteur Network. So there were two joint retreats between STAPAs of the Paris Institute together with UPs. The first retreat was held in 2018 in Athens, Greece, in Hellenic Pasteur Institute. And the second retreat in 2019 was held in Rome, Italy. And it was a very nice initiative for networking and collaborative events between the network. Also, I would like to mention this very nice initiative. So it's established in 2015. It's an annual meeting of students of Hellenic Pasteur Institute, bachelor students, PhD students, postdocs. It's organized annually by a committee of young researchers. This committee every year is different, and this event helps to develop organizational and teamwork skills through the planning and execution of the seminar. And also, it's one-day seminar, which provides a platform for all the students and young researchers to present their work and interact with scientific discussions within the Hellenic Pasteur Institute community. It started in 2015 and it happens every year with a gap between the pandemic. I would like to focus on the last year seminar. I was also part of the organizing committee together with Vasilis Gouzouasis, Ilias Rufagalas, and Anastasia Dagonaki. So last year, we decided to rebrand this event. We changed the name to Hellenic Pasteur Institute Young Scientist Conference. There were 6 fields this year: neurobiology, immunology, bioinformatics, microbiology, public health, and biotechnology. We have invited speakers. We had the honor, George Paxinos, to visit Greece from Australia for having a talk in our conference. Also Mark Machon and Emmanuel Maragakis. So for the first year, we extend this to a 2 days conference. We would like to provide opportunities for all young scientists to present their work. We had more than 70 abstracts for presentation this year. And also we chose English as an official language in order to engage with a global audience. We had invited speakers from abroad, and we would like to open up this conference. And last, for the same reason, for this first year, we invited other research institutes and universities of Greece to participate and present their work in order to promote networking and collaboration beyond the institute. So next year, 2015, we will have the 8th seminar. that we would like to do it open to the Pasteur Network. We were thinking to invite students from other Pasteur Institutes to visit Greece and participate in our conference. And you can see here some photos from this October. The event was very successful. All the students that participate gain some organizational skills, collaborative skills. Also, we had the opportunity to present our work from the bachelor students and postdocs level, so everyone could present their research. And why this is important? The impact of scientific networking for young researchers is very critical. First of all, the global networking gives many opportunities like students exchange, traineeships, career opportunities. Also helps the visibility of scientific research to communicate the science to a global audience, sharing new ideas, collaborating with other institutes. And of course, the development of individual skills, enhancing teamwork and collaboration, organizing and leading projects, management skills, and being part of a team with common goals, which all lead to personal and professional growth. So last slide, the future actions and collaboration within the Pasteur Network. First of all, our aim is to reinforce the internal Hellenic Pasteur Institute network of young scientists. We had some limitations with the COVID pandemic, some of our activities stopped, and every year we have new students that are coming to Hellenic Pasteur Institute. So we would like to invite them to participate actively in this network. The next step is the collaborating events between Paris and Tunis, like this initiative, which was very, very nice to start with. We would like to invite people to the 8th Young Scientist Conference with a session to present their work from other Pasteur institutes. And of course, the ultimate goal is to have an active collaboration among all young scientists of the Pasteur Network. For example, with online meetings or students exchange and traineeships. This would be very nice. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Athena. It was a great presentation, and I think we're going to ask you for some trainings on science communication for not only young scientists, but also senior scientists. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So we give the floor now to Dora from Tunis. Dora, can you hear us? Oh,
I'm hearing you.
you're here. Fantastic.
Yes.
Can you share your screen, please?
Share my screen, yes. Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I start?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I would like to thank you for this invitation, and I am really glad and honored to be a part of this Pasteur Network monthly seminar to talk about empowering young researchers initiatives within the Pasteur Network. And today I'm going to talk about the experience of Institut Pasteur de Tunis. We are going to talk about how our association, which is the Young Researchers Association de l'Institut Pasteur de Tunis, how it was created, what are our main activities, how they impact the institution and the young researchers, and what are our perspectives. But before we begin, I would like to share with you some information about Institut Pasteur de Tunis and its missions. First of all, it is a part of, it is a public health establishment, and it's affiliated to the Minister of Health. It was founded in 1893, and it is a reference institution because it is the only Tunisian center that combines these three missions, which are public health and diagnostics. We provide biomedical analysis, international vaccination services, and rabies treatments. We also manufacture vaccines and sera for national needs, And as we are affiliated to the Tunis University and to the Ministry of Higher Education and Research, so we conduct studies on biomedical studies, epidemiological, clinical studies on human and animal health, basically. Now, what are the origins of our association? It all begins with a bold initiative. It was in 2016, where a young researchers colloquium was launched, and this was the first fully organized event by PhD students and postdoctoral researchers. This event is a platform for scientists, and it is still a platform for scientists to exchange and collaborate, to promote research visibility, and to empower young researchers. So thanks to the engagement and dedication of the young researchers who were divided into committees, sponsoring committee, scientific program, social events and social activities, and communication committee. So this event was a success, and this initiative sparked a bigger vision, because we earned the trust of the IPT leadership and the senior scientists, and the most important thing is that we gained confidence in ourselves. And this event was the seed of a lasting impact, and the need for a permanent structure to support young researcher emerge. And this is how our association was created. It was founded by Céline Babit and the founding members, of course. Their first meeting was in January 2017, and our association was officially created in September 2017 with the announcement in the official journal of the Tunisian Republic. And our vision is that we are dedicated to creating an optimal environment for young researchers and advancing scientific research in Tunisia. What are our activities? We can divide them into scientific and social activities. So we continue to organize biannually the Young Researchers Colloquium. This is our signature, and we added other things like workshops and breakthrough sessions. This is the last and the third colloquium edition, and this is, I can say this is the biggest event that is organized by the Institut Pasteur de Tunis, and this is a photo with the Minister of Health. Also, we organize during the symposium, as I said, workshops and the trainings that are free for the students and young researchers. And we have regular trainings that we organized in the year. This is, for example, an international African workshop and meeting about CRISPR-Cas9 genome editing in low-budget experimental models. In the COVID crisis, we began trainings and webinars that are in different fields, biomedical fields, but also in soft skills like entrepreneurship and how to communicate, how to create a CV, etc. Also, we do a lot of science popularization, and in September 2022, we organized our first Science Slam session, and I think it is the first in the Pasteur Network Science Slam, and we organize every year workshops for Science Slam for the students and young researchers, and also Science Slam sessions. We also collaborate a lot with the City of Science and many other collaborators. We also coordinate with with the Institut Pasteur de Tunis, the students visit at our institution. We are a part of many international projects. I would talk particularly about this project that was coordinated by our association. It is a study that was conducted on mental health in PhD students with the collaboration of Science Shop and de l'Institut Pasteur de Tunis, the University of Florence, and the Inspires project, where we adopted a participative approach where we do science with and for society, and in this case, the community was the PhD students. Also, we participate in the organization of the summer internships, where many students visit the Institut Pasteur de Tunis. And we also organize social and cultural events. These events are, their aim is to have fun, first of all, but also to create a space to debate about movies, about books, and also about interesting subjects like the dark side of science and the double-edged criteria of science. And we talked about a lot about biosafety and biosecurity. We also create clubs and we organize scientific cafes. This one, for example, was What's the Point of Science? It was an interdisciplinary scientific cafe that was organized in a cultural cafe. We have a network within civil society. We collaborate a lot with other associations and ONGs. For example, this is a collaboration with the Foundation Youth for Science. And this was an event to empower women in science. And we do advocacy campaign. For example, this is a statement of support from the Association of Young Researchers, appreciating the competencies of research doctors. Also, we had a statement about the professional integration of unemployed doctors, etc. So how these activities impacted the young researchers? It's obvious that we do a lot of hard skills and especially soft skills development for an individual and professional growth. We also enhanced their networking. We increased the visibility because we create opportunities for them to present their work, to coach and train. Project management skill, because we enable young scientists to gain experience in planning, executing, and managing research and advocacy projects. Leadership development, as we empower young researchers to take initiatives and lead scientific and organizational projects. And also, as we do a lot of science popularization, we aim to build a bridge with society, and we do a lot of community engagement. On the institution, we have impact on the institutional growth because it strengthens the scientific excellence by the conference presentations, innovative projects, etc. Institutional visibility and recognition, and enhanced institutional networking. And by empowering young researchers, our institution reinforces its role as a hub for scientific excellence, innovation, and impactful research in Tunisia. And also on the institution, investing in the future, because it is a talent retention and capacity building, as we try to form young scientists that are skilled, and it contributes to IPT's long-term development. Intergenerational collaboration, we try to create a dynamic environment where experienced researchers mentor and support emerging scientists, ensuring knowledge transfer and particularly sustainability. Responsible research and innovation, because for example, participatory research builds, as I said, bridge with the society, and when we do responsible research, we gain the trust of the society, and this is how we can talk more about public and patient engagement, and we can inspire the future generations to do science and research. And this is how we could ensure IPTs to continue success and contribution to global health challenges. What are our perspectives? So this is the current and the upcoming events. So we are discussing about the Young Researcher Colloquium 2025. We have a study on Tunisian young researchers' attitudes toward open science, and the results of this study will be presented in a study day on open science that will be held with many other stakeholders. And we are participating in the IPT Museum Creation Committee, and this is the first scientific museum that will be created in Tunisia, and we are very glad and excited about this participation. So what are our perspectives within the Pasteur Network? So this is a potential in every institution. So imagine what a community of young researchers within the Pasteur Network could be. It will be certainly stronger international collaboration, interdisciplinary research opportunities, more innovation and entrepreneurship, and more training and mobility programs. So more connected, empowered, and innovative community of young researchers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tara. Again, a great presentation, great communication skills. We have a lot to learn from you, from Athena, from you, and now give the floor to Léa for the last presentation about STAPA from the Institut Pasteur in Paris.
Yes, hello everyone. I'll be presenting the STAPA of the young researcher community at the Institut Pasteur in Paris. You can all see my screen. So
yes.
I will first introduce the Institut Pasteur in Paris, even though I think it might not need a big introduction. So the institute was officially inaugurated on the 14th of November, 1888. And of course, it was all in the wake of Pasteur himself. And it has one main mission, which is to fight disease in France and worldwide. And this mission is based on 4 pillars, which is firstly research, but then also public health, education, and also scientific development. And the Pasteur Institute counts with 142 research units, but also 32 technological platforms and core facilities, which really help the scientists do groundbreaking research. And it's split into 12 research departments, which cover most fields in biology. And the Pasteur Institute in Paris also has quite a large number of students. So for all the 2,934 employees, there are around 900 students every year on campus. And of those 900 students, 1/3 are PhD students. And also around 60% are women. So in the Gender Equality Index, the Pasteur Institute is at the forefront. And then the Pasteur Institute in Paris also has a young researcher association called STAPA. And STAPA was founded in 2002. And the main goal is mainly to connect young researchers at the Pasteur Institute. So what do we see under young researchers? We see basically PhD students, postdocs, interns, master students. So anyone who at heart still feels young and wants to engage with young researchers. And STAPA is an official organization, so it's made up by elected direction. And then we have an appointed bureau, which is appointed by the direction. And then also STAPA is really based and founded on a lot of volunteers that are volunteering to really carry all the activities and the social hours. And then we have quite a lot of members, so we're reaching about 800 members, which are PhD students, postdocs, interns. And in STAPA, we are basically interacting very closely with the Institute Pasteur and also the direction of Institute Pasteur and all the facilities that the Institute Pasteur is offering, such as the communication office or also the international network office. So there's really a close collaboration between the different bureaus and directions. Yes. So what are the STAPA activities? So STAPA was first built to connect young researchers, so it was really important for us to have social events, such as the social hour, which is every Friday. The young researchers are meeting to discuss anything science or non-science related. But we also organize the graduation ceremony for the PhD students, which is always a lot of fun, and it's really good for the younger PhDs to go to basically congratulate the graduating PhDs. But in addition to those social events, we also have a lot of networking events and collaborations, especially, of course, with institutes within Paris, because then it's rather easy to have social hours together. But we also organized a scientific retreat together with the Institut Curie, which is really nice for young researchers to also then have an exchange about what is going on in different institutes. But we are also more and more focusing on career development events. So we are really trying to advocate for innovative and alternative careers. And there we are working together with also some startup awareness offices or innovation groups. And we are also very focused on basically outreach programs, so trying to get the science out of Pasteur Institute into the wider population. So we do that, for example, by having Pint of Science or European Researchers Night. And we also offer, in addition to this, specific services for the PhDs and postdocs for career advice and also just to be there for them to offer any kind of help. So here are some of the past events that we've had. So STAPA is really organized by the young researchers for the young researchers. So it's really nice to see this community growing. So for example, we had the STAPA 20-year anniversary party. That was a lot of fun, and also a lot of outreach program events like the Pint of Science or the Double Science. So where we really have the opportunity to go to schools, or also just to talk to the general public about what we are doing. And so in my eyes, the STAPA network, the STAPA Young Researcher Organization really has several and diverse impacts on the young researchers. So for example, just the outreach programs themselves are already a great way for us to learn how to put our science into new perspectives, how to disseminate the science, how to explain our results in a logical and easy to understand way. And now we also have the great opportunity to work together with the Pasteur Museum, which is on campus, which has a rich history because of Pasteur himself. So we as STAPA asked to be heavily involved in this whole renovation of the museum, and also to come up with a plan on how to get the public into the museum, to show the public the museum and Pasteur's life and achievements. So we are very heavily involved in this. And then we also have a magazine that is called Pipelette, where it's science told by scientists. So it's really created by the young scientists, where we can post our science and write articles about our science. And in addition to this, we also have the possibility to interact and exchange with companies that come to the campus that show their scientific recent developments in science. And that is a great opportunity, of course, to keep up to date with scientific advances and developments, but also to exchange with the big companies and to see what is still missing maybe in science in terms of technology. In addition, since we are a community of young researchers, it's really nice because we are we have the possibility to represent the scientific community as a whole. So, for example, we went to the Pride Parade as the STAPA network group to really show and represent our shared values. But it also really helps us to gain skills in leadership by organizing events that can even have international dimensions. For example, we had an event where the New York Times came to make a report, write an article about this event. So it was really a great way for us to organize quite a far-reaching event. And in general, it's nice for networking because you really get to know other young researchers from very different departments, and you talk about more or less the same things, which opens eyes and really create long-lasting friendships as well. And in general, in STAPA, we really try to encourage to conceive and realize your own projects, such as those nice sweaters that have been designed recently. And that was really an initiative by some of the young research members that we have. So now for the perspectives and the potential collaborations, we were very glad to last year had the possibility to do our retreat in Sofia together with the Stefan Angelov Institute of Microbiology. This was a great way for us to be in touch with the research done in Sofia and to really also start to value this network that we have, this Pasteur Network. And now would be very excited as well to this year to do and organize international STAPA retreat in Athens in Greece together with UP, so with the young research organization in Athens. And in addition, we would of course like to also push forward several activities and events to first of all spread the knowledge about the Pasteur Network, because I think a lot of young researchers here in Paris are not aware about how honored we are that we have this amazing network, and we would really like to increase awareness about this network in the first place. And then we would also really like to discuss the science that is done in the different networks, to really allow the young researchers to enter the stage to say what they are doing and the research they are doing, by, for example, online symposiums or poster sessions. And in general, also as an extra aspect, to learn about the cultural and societal aspects and nuances. So in the end, we can basically reach our main goal, which is to create a strong network that is built on shared beliefs and values and mutual respect, all within the scientific community. Thank you very much for your attention.